Hello, namaste, and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena, and today I will discuss about what are unknown cyber threats. If we know our enemy, it's easy to protect our resources. We can create the defense mechanism against the known threats. But if we don't know about the threats, how just going to protect our organization, our data from those kind of cyber attacks or cyber threats? It's a very big trouble. Okay, according to quarterly threat insight report of HP in March 2021, approximately 29% of the threats were unknown, means new threats that was never seen before, and now just you can gauge the magnitude of those threats. 29% is it's a huge, because those threats will not be able to detected by any security services devices or the antiviruses or firewalls, and when not detected it's look like legitimate kind of traffic. So what are the different we can say type of threats can be? It's known threats, okay, it's unknown threats, or something we might don't know but somebody else may know about it. Okay, so unknown that's come under the categories of like none of any cybersecurity professional or cybersecurity vendor seen those kind of threats. Okay, so we don't know that kind of threats exist. Even the threats as a threat might be our security devices. It's just thinking that this is a legitimate kind of traffic. Okay, or legitimate action is happening in our organization, but actually it's a threat. Okay, another category is known unknown, means you might don't know but somebody experience those kind of threats. That's come under the category of the known unknown. And the known means you know these kind of threats nowadays, or might be these kind of known threats, and we have the database against those threats, and if any kind of attack will happen from the known attacks, then our security settings, our security devices, services are capable to stop those kind of threats. So most dangerous situation is unknown unknowns. We don't know. And if we don't know how to defend, like zero-day attack, those attacks uh, comes like there's it was not before the before that it was not known as a attack, but that kind of vulnerabilities were existing in the software, in the applications, and now it's just come like okay, this is the attack. And meantime, before it just come under the category of the known or the known unknown, here is the hackers taking maximum of the benefits. Okay, and what are those kind of attacks, and how the hackers are designing such kind of attacks, and so that can come under the category of the unknown. First one is the recycled threats, means um, for recognize any kind of threat there is some kind of signature, okay, or our security devices detects its behavior. But the old threats, which generally we are thinking, okay, this kind of attack will no more will happen, and we don't have the signature or the pattern in our security systems, so that hackers will take those very old threats and might be changing something, or just use those threats as it is and can recycle those threats. Our security So for example, here are the different security settings we are using, different antiviruses, anti-malwares we are using, okay, or the firewalls, IDS, IPS, we are using different settings, different devices, okay. And if the new threats will come and we don't have in our database, means our security services, security settings will say, okay, this is the new kind of traffic, it's not coming under the any categorization of the threat allowed. So now hackers will enter in our organization and take advantage what they want. Another kind of attacks hackers are developing, and this is less expensive for the hackers because that's already designed. They need not to tweak much, but still catchable for the uh, big data for the vendors who is having the big database, even the old threats database. Okay. Another thing, hackers thinking, okay, might be that's uh, catched by some of the uh, antiviruses, some of the firewalls may catch it. But let's change something in the existing code. When the existing code they are having and they just change, might be some of the security devices are not able to catch it, but few of them which are having advanced security systems and big databases to know about the threats, they just go more deeper to understand the code inside it, just not only the signature base. Then only the few of them can catch. Again, there is a chance of attack will pass through that one. Some will say, okay, no, 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 you are attacked, you cannot go. But some will say, oh, I don't know about in my database this thing, allow it. And there's uh, this is the laborious kind of work. But the brand new threads, which is nowhere in the database, they just design the new string and over the complete new structure of the threads. And this is just having a lot of chance to cross all the security systems. Okay, no one is just able to catch it. And when that's passed through with our security settings, it will say, okay, this traffic is looking like legitimate. We don't have in our database, it's looking like very program that's legitimate, allow it. And here is the maximum chance of attack, because these are lying on our networks, on our systems, and our security devices never able to detect it. Okay, that can be advanced persistent threats, or hacker even can use the legitimate software inside your company, or the great weapon for the hackers are the admin right privileged accounts. When they are using those one, it's not malicious. So hackers always in the hunt of finding out the different ways how to design the threats so that they can evade themselves from the all the security settings whatsoever they are having. Or they in case of brand new threats, maybe they want to target a specific company, a specific industry, and for those they are designing a specific kind of threat. And over there what is security systems are there, they can just evade it. Now the question comes, what's the solution for those kind of unknown threats? First of all, whatsoever the security devices we are using, whether that's on the at the level of the network security or the endpoint security, okay, or continuously monitoring the activity inside a network, we need to keep updating all these things. Hackers main target is just to whatsoever the vulnerability exists in our network, they just try to use that vulnerability and want to breach our network, want to exploit our data, our resources. first of all, keep update your devices, your softwares, operating system you are using. Okay. Another thing is that we can take the advantage of threat intelligence. Okay. Threat intelligence, for example, here it's a big pool of the resources of knowledge about the threats. Okay. For example, on different locations, there are different participants are working for threat intelligence, and they are continuously observing the new threats around the world and sending the data to the threat intel. Okay, so it is the on the threat intelligence they are having the big pool of knowledge about the threats. So when we just connected, for example, here is our organization and we are taking advantage of our threat intel database. So if the recycled threat, the old one will try to penetrate into our company, then definitely, because we have a huge knowledge base, and over there it will detect immediately. No, 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 you cannot enter. You are a malicious software or malicious link, or this is the malicious activity. Okay. Or if the existing code they are using, and if we they modify something, but still if we are using threat intelligence, that attack might happen in somewhere in some other part of the world or in some other company. So might be they are having the knowledge about it. Or if we are using like we can say manage security services. Okay, so the security provider can deeply understand about the content inside it, so they can also catch the modified existing code, and brand new threats are coming. Might be a company observing a kind of new threats or a new file they just observe in their organization, and if they don't know what exactly it is, to get the proper knowledge about the new file or the new kind of alert, they might be they can send that information to the threat intel, and over that they can observe it what exactly it is. And when it's saying okay, new kind of threat is emerging into the wild, and they just detect it, and we can say marking it as a threat, immediately all the members who are associated with that threat intels, they would automatically get the feed about the new threats. So in this way we can counter against the new kind of threats that's unknown, and those are really very dangerous. So follow me on the cybersecurity prism and get the notification for the next interesting and informative session. Also share that session with your friends, group members as well, so that they can understand about the known unknowns, or totally unknowns kind of threats. So see you in the next session. Namaste.